Welcome back to the Wisdom Vacuum. We say a lot of dumb things. Russell, shut up. Russell, just shut up. We say a lot of dumb things. Some of it's funny.
Hold on, restart. No, restart. Restart. We can't do that.
Okay. All right, ready? All right, you're good now.
All right. Welcome back to the Wisdom Vacuum. We have our normal...
Run it. Just run it, Logan. We're not going to get there.
All right. Go. I'm gonna mute RC until...
No, I don't want to be muted. That's disrespectful to my character. Okay. All right, go.
Your character's giggling way too much, okay?
I thought you were about to say
we have our normal host.
I was like, that's so out of pocket. Sorry. All right,
we have a normal host. We have our normal host. And we have RC. Don't know why we did this, but we're doing it again. This is Russell 2.0. Say hello, everybody. That was torture.
Has he gotten better?
No.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah. Russell 2.0 is like one of those updates that your phone does. You're not quite sure why it updated, but it's there.
It's the update that actually messes everything up.
I thought I was valued.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, you're on the value menu. You're cheap.
Okay.
Honestly, though, an argument could be made. Value menus aren't even cheap anymore. It's like $3.50 for like a beefy burrito. Cheaper being like $4. If you think I'm like a McDouble, I'll take that all day long.
That's the problem. Is you're eating a McDonald's.
McDouble with spread, not spread is
the McDonald's value menu is not a value menu.
What's the sauce in McDonald's?
The Big Mac sauce?
Ketchup?
Yeah, Mac sauce. Ketchup was the worst answer you could have given. But Mac sauce on a McDouble, sub ketchup for Mac sauce, fire. But make sure you say sub, because if you say add, they charge you like $2.
But the problem is you're getting anything other than a quarter pounder, you're making a mistake.
The quarter pounder did not sit right with me, dude. That's like a brick of
That's
McMeat.
because it's the only real thing.
That's not real. Sorry, boys.
Jacob, tell us about it. You know.
It's the only meat that we have that's never frozen and fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only fresh meat is a quarter pounder.
I think it's too fresh, if you know what I mean.
Okay. What's that? Your body's adapted to the McDonald's trash, so you can't have the one healthy thing they offer.
There's not enough MSG.
Sorry,
we're off topic. Yeah.
Where do we even begin with this episode? I don't.
Well, it's been too long since you hosted. You forgot the order of events here.
No. Have you ever had a little giggly boy just laughing at everything, every single thing?
You exist.
Yes, it's usually you.
Oh, how the turntables!
I don't like this.
Little giggly boy was not
What's the question?
Well, it was Russell. I didn't like it because he was laughing and it was making me laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna.
What's your excuse when Russell's not here?
All right. First question. No. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through what we did in our weeks. I know Josh and Russell have something. So, Jacob, tell me about your week. What happened to you?
Well, we had our meeting this week.
Yeah.
With whom?
Pretty much the exciting part. Randy Bullard.
Ballard.
Ballard.
Yes, Ballard.
Randy Bullock. It is, in fact, Randy Ballard. Shout out Randy Ballard.
Is that Eric Bullock's father, Randy Bullock?
I said Bullard.
I thought you said Bullock.
No.
Yeah, he said Bullard. Fun fact, Mr. Ballard, this evening, whenever we were all up at the house, he's like, just want to show you guys something. Started showing us a picture of this chick, and like at first he's like, if things don't work out with Eowyn, here's this girl. And then I'm like, Jacob, you get in on this. He was just showing us somebody else's daughter.
And you were doing that.
Yeah. I was trying to throw Jacob in there. But he just started showing us a random picture of some girl that he knows and was trying to set us up. I don't know.
He was trying to sell off some unrelated woman to you.
Sell off is the wrong term.
That's what it sounds like.
Like donate.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it was more of like a donation than it was a selling.
Well, shout out Eowyn.
Shout out Eowyn. What?
What?
Is that what you said?
That's what he said. I didn't get it.
What?
I'm like, okay, shout out Eowyn.
Shout out Eowyn.
Podcast.
Why not?
She doesn't listen to the pod?
She thinks I'm dumb.
Is she wrong?
Nope.
Yep. Well.
She's not dumb. Or she's
dumb when I still listen to it.
Oh man, this is spiraling downhill.
So is that what happened in both of your week?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Logan probably has something a little bit more. Or not.
Oh, I did. Okay, well, the only interesting thing that I had a great day Friday, and Jacob helped make it an amazing day.
What did I do?
So Friday, just listen to the story. Friday, I had the day off. Okay, I went to the DMV, had to get my real ID, so I had to wake up early. Opens at 8 a.m. Got there at 7:30. Waiting in line outside the door. Lines out the door around the corner. Get in, got a ticket, and I'm like, oh, dude, it's only going to be like a 30 to 45 minute wait. That's pretty good for the DMV. It only took 25 minutes. So I'm up there, sitting down in the little waiting area, and I'm like, people keep slowly trickling in and sitting next to me. This is really weird. And then this guy behind a counter keeps calling them by name, and I'm like, huh. And I lean forward and look above me, and it says, waiting for picture area. And I'm like, well, no wonder nobody was sitting here when I walked in. So then I casually went to the bathroom, and then as I was coming back, sat down in the proper waiting area, and then they called my name immediately. So I walked over there. Yes.
You said you were at the DMV?
Yeah.
Your DMV calls you by name and not by a number?
They do call you by number, but not if you're getting your picture taken. They'll call you by name whenever you're getting your picture taken because they take your number up front.
Oh, okay. You said you went and sat down somewhere else and they called your name. I was like, that's not how DMV normally works.
Sorry, they called my number. So
okay, that makes
they called my number. Yeah. They called my number. I walk up to the desk. I don't know if it's a desk, but the counter, where my little section. And surprisingly, it was a pretty good looking woman, mid-30s. She was actually kind of pretty. That's surprising for the DMV.
This is the normal occurrence with them.
Why are we throwing all bureaucratic government employees under the bus like they're ugly?
Well, most of them are. Anyways, at this DMV, they generally are. They're older. They're not ugly. They're just older. You know what I'm saying? So I walk up, doing the whole real ID thing. And
no, for the record, I do not know what you were saying.
Well, that's your fault then. That's your fault. You don't understand. You don't understand our DMV. Okay.
Yeah, it differed up there.
I walk up. She's like, I need your old ID, all your paperwork, everything. She looks at my ID. She looks at me and she goes, are you going to be getting a new picture today? Or are you keeping the old one? My thought, I'll keep the old one, get through this quicker. And she goes, if I were you, I'd get a new picture. And she looked at the ID. She goes, you should get a new picture.
From the questionably unattractive DMV employee.
And what
does that say about you?
I kind of laughed, and she goes, you looked really young whenever you were 16. And she said, you're almost 22 and you look 16. And I'm like, oh, okay. I've heard this one before. And she's
also,
like,
I can't help but notice your card says 3'2" and 12 whole pounds.
It says race Oompa Loompa on it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, I'll get a new picture. I'll walk up to the normal seating area where I'm supposed to get my picture taken. And there's another decently pretty girl there. So it's like, oh, this is kind of shocking again. I'll walk up there and she's like, okay, I need your old ID. I got to punch a hole in it, make it invalid. And I said, absolutely. So I put my ID up there. She looks at the ID. She looks at me. She goes, you've grown up a bit. You look really young. And I just started smiling because I'm like, okay, this is just going to keep going. finally, I'm leaving the DMV, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of made me feel good. I'm gonna age like fine wine, I guess. Go to McDonald's. I knew Jacob was working, but I got some food, and I I drive up to the window. I go to pay. I hand Jacob a 20. Jacob does something with his little card thing, hands me my 20 back, and goes, "There you go. You got the cousin discount." Didn't even have to pay for breakfast. And I went home and I played Warzone. It was a good day Saturday. That was it. That's the whole story. Jacob bought me breakfast.
Yeah, because when I'm working there, you can't stop me from making or for paying for you.
Yeah, that is true. Did you get a free meal thing, or were you just paying for my meal?
I just paid for it.
Oh, I thought you got a free meal thing.
No.
I thought you scanned like a little card or something. I didn't know you.
Yeah, the little card was my debit card.
Wait, as a McDonald's employee, you have to pay for other people's food? You can't just give it away?
Well,
yeah, that's kind of the point.
Dude, Big McDonald's is the worst.
Big McDonald's.
And Logan's is like little McDonald's.
I just don't really eat at McDonald's in general. But you know what I have if I go to McDonald's? I have a McChicken and one of the mango pineapple smoothies. Those are the only two things I really like from McDonald's.
Mango pineapple smoothie?
They have a fruit smoothie and it's really good, actually.
Okay.
They have mango pineapple and strawberry banana.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the mango pineapple, though. And I'm not even a big mango guy.
You know what, Josh?
What?
I don't care.
All right.
All right. What happened? What happened that you said we had to wait for the podcast?
Sorry, Josh.
Okay.
That was for the audience.
Okay, I understand. Everyone likes Russell more than Josh. It's fine.
No one feels that way.
What happened?
Why is it laughing?
It's all right.
No.
Anyways,
chair.
No, the joke's gone. It's past.
Surely they heard that.
If you didn't know it happened, then it's over your head. I'm sorry.
Everything's over my head.
Okay.
Well,
yeah. At least we're honest with ourselves.
Wear some heels.
Or don't.
I do. Stilettos.
With a sundress.
And you're still that height?
You should see it sometime.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
You're
Still
that
ready
tall
for
after the
sundress
stilettos?
season. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Dude, jeans get on.
You don't run this podcast.
Dude, I do not want to talk about Logan's sundress.
I do.
Yeah, see? There are certain viewers who are interested.
No. If they are, they need to leave.
Questionable viewers.
Something about a host in a red sundress.
Okay. All right. That was a veiled country music reference. If you got it, you got it. You didn't.
It's pretty funny. Okay, Josh, what happened that you had to wait till the podcast to tell the boys?
Brother, what didn't happen? It was
madness. Chaos.
So before I tell our story, I'll tell my story because you talked about DMV. I was at the DMV on Thursday, and I'd like to point out that the lady that helped me at the DMV was attractive. She's in her mid-30s. There was nothing wrong with her, okay? So I think your treatment of DMV employees is a problem.
I don't think you understood what I said. I said the two that helped me there because, okay, at our DMV, they're not generally they're not good-looking people. If I'm being completely honest,
that's what I'm talking about.
Older, a little overweight. That's at our DMV. But these two women that helped me there today, 30s, pretty women. So I'm like, that was a good day for me. I get to see two pretty women, and they called me young and handsome, and that was it.
Okay, I thought you were implying that you can't work at DMV and be attractive.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, no, that's not what I said. I said it was interesting or kind of crazy that I got lucky and had two women that were very pretty at the DMV. Okay. It generally doesn't work that way for me.
Well, I was at the DMV because I was getting my full motorcycle license. I've been on my permit for a while. Just because I finally did the class. I went and did the class with Mason on Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, buddy. And Yep.
It's like, oh, it's gonna be a long story.
Yep. I went to the DMV and got my license, and it was really short. Shut up! Stop it! Russell's being bad.
It's like Jacob with pretzels.
What?
What?
It's like Jacob with pretzels.
Oh, yeah, it is. Russell doesn't know what that is about because he doesn't watch the podcast.
Because Russell's a fake listener. Okay, that's enough.
You deserve that.
I did deserve that.
You deserve that.
Love the pod.
Go ahead, Josh.
All right, we're moving on from Josh's story to our story because apparently Josh's story doesn't matter.
Josh, your story's so important.
Nope, we're moving on. Me and Russell texted me Friday.
Josh, no, you finish the DMV story. Talk about the attractive women.
That was the whole story. There was an attractive woman at the DMV. I feel like I need.
Did you talk to her?
Well, yes, she's one that helped.
Okay,
me.
but like in a more substantive way than number 4.
No, she's working.
That doesn't matter, dude.
She was 35 and working at the DMV. What am I supposed to?
What do you think? Love has a number?
What? I'm talking about her age.
On my coffee.
No, I had a number at the DMV. That's when it was my turn. And when it's not my turn, I'm gonna move
it would
on.
have been if when you gave her the useless paperwork, like where you were born, like your immigration status and all that stuff you got to give at the DMV. There's a little sticky note that said, "Hey, call me."
That would have been really weird.
I mean, you'll never see her again. Now there's no hope.
Yeah. You know,
I didn't do that. All right.
There is no age. Like there is no age when dating, or well, there is, but
brother, this is really
whoa. I want to put out there now that I heard that I do not consent to where this is going.
This at
all. No, okay. I'll correct it.
The character that you have built up for yourself across the podcast is incredible, brother.
I love it. Hold on.
This is the same man who said he would let his daughter date at 3 years old.
Oh, that was terrible. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness.
18 and above. Okay. My mom got sick of me like talking about women her age. She thought it was very weird that I was attracted to women in their 30s and 40s. Whatever, I was like 18, 19. And finally she's like, I do know a woman that's in the church, but she has like 3 kids. And I was actually almost interested. Like 3 kids. Could I become a stepdad at 19?
That's wild.
Thought about it. I don't remember exactly how that went, but I'm pretty sure my mom was like, I know a woman that's in her 30s, 3 kids, or something like that. There's no limit, Josh.
Hey, Logan.
Yeah.
You're a freak.
I'm glad somebody else is saying it.
I'm not into that anymore. I like people my age now.
I felt like I needed to get that out right.
Notice how nobody disagreed.
Yeah.
I'm not even disagreeing. I'm troubled. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, tell us your Russell U story. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on with our story now. Is that okay? I'd really just like to.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay. Russell called me or texted me like Friday. Stop it, dude. You have to stop.
Keep going. Just keep going.
This is our story. You interrupted my story. I get that. This is our story.
No, keep going. I didn't mean to. Sorry.
It's still happening. Russell texted me Friday and he asked if we could go fishing. And we were talking about places to go fishing, but we can't fish that easy because all the lakes are shut down right now. So I said, why don't we just go to the mountains and go camping and trout fishing? So that's what we did. We just went up into the mountains, but we didn't leave my place until it was like, when did we leave? Like 7?
We were supposed to leave at like 7:30 and we left at like 8.
Yeah. So we left and it was already getting dark as we were driving up the hill. We got up to the mountains and the spot that I was thinking of, the road that we were going to camp on, there's 3 spots where you can set up camps. First one was completely full with like it looked like there was probably 8 families there in that big tent. They had like pop-up light towers and everything. It was
like a rave, like a mountain rave.
Yeah, it looked like a mountain music event thing. Yeah. And then we went to the other spot where we were supposed to camp, and there's one guy in a truck there. So then we go farther up the road and we pull up to just this open like clearing meadow area that's close to the road. And we get out of the truck, we drive in, or we walk in, we check it out. We're like, look, this is probably going to work. But the problem is there's boulders in the way, like how they do when they want to keep people from taking their vehicle off the road. And we didn't want to camp too far away from the truck because we were going to leave stuff in the truck. We didn't want to have to worry about anyone messing with it. So I decided, you know what? I can probably just drive my truck over these boulders and it'll be fine.
Oh, no.
So we drove my truck over the boulders, and there was a little bit of scraping, but it wasn't that bad. It was just like my frame rails just touching a little bit.
It was fine.
It felt great. And then we drove it through the meadow out to the back where I was like kind of trying to tuck it away so we wouldn't have any problems. We had a great night. You know, we camped, we talked, we kissed a little, and some stuff happened.
No, that did not happen. We did talk about our feelings, but we did not kiss.
Some of those things happened.
Toward each other?
No.
Yeah, some of those things happened.
No, this was a good story.
Anyways, we end up going. We go to sleep, and we wake up in the morning. The morning's great. When we pulled in there the night before, I ran over an Easter egg, I guess. And Russell walks over. He goes, "Dude, there's an Easter egg right here." We figured some family probably just had an Easter egg in the meadow at some point, and they missed one.
Oh, no, they had a whole Easter egg planned in the meadow. Is that where this is going?
No, it was from Easter weekend probably, and there were just some eggs that didn't get found.
You don't know that.
Okay, it could have just happened. I don't know.
It could have happened while we were sleeping.
No. I don't think so. We slept 4 hours. We stayed up till 1 a.m. and I woke up we stayed up till 1:30 and I woke up at 5. Nothing happened while we were sleeping.
That's possible.
So we found an Easter egg and I just kind of wrote it off. But then in the morning I wake up at like 5 and I stir the coals back up and get the fire going. And I walk over to the tree line to take a leak. And as I'm standing there in like just moonlight is all there is at this point, I see another suspiciously egg-shaped object next to me, and I reach down and there's an egg, and I pop it open and there's candy in it. So I eat the candy.
Questionable.
And then Russell eventually wakes up, and I tell him I found another egg with candy inside it, and the first thing he says, he goes, "You didn't eat the candy, right?" I was like, "I might have ate the candy."
I'm like, not awake.
What's wrong with that? Yeah. So then we go about the rest of our day. We have breakfast. I make breakfast for us. We, just have a good slow morning. And then as we're about to leave, I'm like, man, this place looks different in the day. I'm going to go do a perimeter walk around this clearing and just check it out,
quote unquote.
And I'm pretending I'm not looking for more eggs.
You're looking for,
I'm looking for more. But I'm looking for more eggs.
You're on the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, I'm walking around the sugar. Yeah, I'm walking around the tree line, very clearly looking at the ground for something the whole time.
Perimeter.
And eventually, I tell him, I'm like, "Dude, I want to be honest with you. I'm looking for eggs right now." And he goes, "Dude, there's no more eggs. There's not gonna." I was like, "Dude, we found 2 eggs within 20 feet of each other. There's no way that there's not more eggs. If they missed that many eggs that close together, there's gonna be more eggs." He argues with me for like 5 minutes as I'm walking around. There's not gonna be more eggs. And then I go down to the creek to wash to like rinse my head off before we take off. And on my way back, I find an egg. And he's standing there looking at me as I find the egg, and I pick it up and I pop it open and I go, "Dude, there's $1 in here." And then all of a sudden, Russell starts looking for eggs when he was not interested in the egg hunt before. But now suddenly this guy wants to be part of the egg hunt because I found $1 instead of candy inside.
This is true. I have nothing to add.
You snake.
Talk about when we tried to leave.
Yeah. So then I search for eggs for like 10 more minutes. I don't find any more. I'm like, all right, fine, let's leave. And we go to leave, and I have to get back over the rock again. What I failed to consider is that the clearance is different on this side of the rock than it was on the other side of the rock.
The rock is like straight up.
There's not a ramp coming over the rock on this side. It's just a straight jump. So I roll up to it, my tire hits it, and I'm spinning tires. And I'm like, okay, great. We're going to have to ramp this side a little bit. So I ramp the side a little bit, and then I get my tires up over it, and then my front tires roll over the rock, and then my cross members on my frame drop, and I high center on the rock.
Yeah, we're stuck on the rock.
We're completely stuck on the rock.
Keep in mind, no service. We are not we're nowhere near service.
Can't go forward, can't go backward, completely stuck on the rock. And I felt like an absolute idiot because normally I would never go to the hills without like my high lift jack, my come along, some straps and stuff like that. No. But I was in such a rush that night because we were taking off so late that I just completely forgot about all that stuff. So all I have is a shovel. So how many tries? We gave it like 4 different tries.
There was no hope.
I was trying to like
anything we could think of. We're putting wood under it. We're trying to jack the truck up and back off of the jack so we can land off of the rock.
Yeah.
We're like hammering the tire. Like dude.
Yeah.
We tried everything.
I jacked up the front end so that it would pick the frame rails up off of the rock, and then I could roll backwards enough that it would fall off the jack onto the tires and the frame rails would no longer be stuck. But that didn't work because I didn't have enough traction.
Terrible idea to begin with.
It was a good idea if I had traction, okay? So we end up finally getting it, and I have to completely dig out under the tire and force wood underneath it because otherwise it was just spinning on the wood. And then drop the entire truck's weight back down on the wood to get traction. We finally get out. And keep in mind, as we're doing this, like 4 people have passed us on the road. And every time I'm like, dude, please don't stop and ask what happened. Please don't stop and ask what happened. I'm so embarrassed because usually I know better.
They're all driving Toyotas.
Yeah. So, and keep in mind, we were supposed to be fishing at this time. We left to go fishing and spent like an extra 40 minutes getting Josh's truck off the high center.
No doubt.
So, yeah, we finally made it out. Then we went fishing and there was no fish. We had a really nice walk.
Nice walk is subjective. I'm beaten, bruised, battered. There's a giant bruise on my shin. I hooked myself in my pinky. I lost my sunglasses. There's bruises all over my body. When he says nice walk, we're like traversing rocks on a rushing river, like jumping like 3-foot segments. And if we fall in, like we're going to be soaked. And Josh is walking out here like a gazelle. Like Josh is literally like prancing from rock to rock. And it's like, it's amazing. You wouldn't think Josh has the physical capability to just jump from this rock like a beautiful animal. And then I'm sitting there. He's like, why don't you just like jump over this 4.5-foot gap? You know, it's not really that hard. Keep in mind, we have fishing poles in our hands the whole time. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can do that. You know what? I'm in good shape. I'm going to make it. And so I do one and I do another and we're doing pretty good. Keep in mind, I'm wearing work boots the whole time.
You did so many good ones.
It was great. It was great. It was great. And then we just got a little too excited about it. We started doing a little too much. And so I jumped one and it's like, they're like the size of a top of a can of rocks sticking out. And Josh is like frolicking across them like a fairy. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. No big deal. And so I put my 1 foot down and then like now I'm in a position where I'm like doing the splits. And Josh is like, let me give you a hand. And my masculine pride is like, I do not want you to help me one bit. But I reached out for the hand because there was no other option, boys. And so I made it off the rock and I'm like, okay, cool. And so I try to frolic like a little fairy to the next rock, fall right in. All right. And I put my foot on the rock. I slid off. My shin went right down into a rock. I'm in bad shape. Okay, at this point, my boots are now submerged. I'm wearing like work boots, which was a terrible idea in the first place. They have no grip on the bottom. From that point of the trip, actually, at one point, Josh got in a hole in a rock and just peed in it. But we won't talk about that. Anyways, we're going back. We're going back. And now that my boots are submerged, it's horrible. Every step I'm taking, I'm falling. Josh is like, oh, you know, when I stepped on that rock, it didn't move. Why did it move when you stepped on it? You must have heavy feet. Yeah, no kidding, Josh. Yeah, no kidding. I'm not a professional rock traverser. I don't have the elegance of a ballerina. Okay? Anyways, it was horrible on the way back. And Josh, like, we get done. He's like, oh, that was a nice little hike, you know, man. And like, I look down at my watch. And it's like, you've hiked 5 miles. You've gone up 30 flights of stairs and you've burned 1,000 calories. And Josh is like, oh, that was a nice walk. We should do that again. It's like, what in the world, dude? I'm destroyed. And at points, Josh would get like half a mile ahead of me and then be like, man, I wonder what's going on. And then he'd start walking back. There's like a hook in my finger. Like I'm like stuck in a tree. Like I'm like, it was terrible. Anyways.
I'd like to point out.
No, whatever you have to say.
Russell is so much more upset right now than he was at any point during the walk.
Okay, well, it's because I've had some time to think about it. And the way you treated me was unacceptable.
When we were on the
and we caught no fish. We caught no fish. Josh and I have not caught a fish maybe in the last 8 days. It's been like a year since we've even got a fish. Anyways, I'm done. Let's move on. Let's talk about anything other than the fact that we caught no fish.
Hold on. You don't get to monologue that whole thing. There's some other stuff in there. First of all, I'd like to point out that I wasn't abusing you with the knowledge that you were having a bad time. You were there was none of that when we were there. When we were going, Russell was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm doing all right. I'm a little out of shape, but this is good because it's training my agility, And then at the very end, he was like, the only real problem with that was that I lost my glasses. Everything else was fine. But now he's sitting here and like having a meltdown.
Well, sometimes you just got to think about things. And
you had more time to reflect on it.
Yes. Also, my socks were soaking wet. Oh my goodness, dude! When I took my boots off, that might have been.
Oh, did you have to change your socks?
Yeah, brother. Not only did I have to, it was probably legally required. I threw them away.
For once, Russell didn't wear his socks the second day.
I threw them away.
Unless that was already the second day socks.
No, those were not the second day socks. Those socks have no more place on this earth.
We have questions for you, Russell.
Sure.
All right.
Your girlfriend. Did your girlfriend correct you? Did she hear about the podcast? Did she listen to it? Does she know about your particle foot fungus that went up Josh's nose?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's pretty keenly aware. We're pretty communicative.
She's the one that actually came up with the question about the socks that made us talk about it. That was actually a question that RC's girlfriend submitted to him for us to go over. She already was well aware of it, and that's why she brought it to our attention.
Yeah, she knows my flaws. If that's what we're trying to get at right now.
Does she correct you?
As in, like, rebuke me?
If that's what correcting means, yes. Has she broken you of it?
Has she broken you of the terrible sock trauma that you're causing yourself?
Well, I can tell you she doesn't like it.
That's fair. Didn't answer our question, but I think it's enough.
She doesn't like it.
But it's enough. I'm just like, how do you not have like athlete's foot or foot fungus
on audio? Smell my foot.
No, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. No,
just tell me.
No.
Just tell me. Guess how long?
Hold on.
Wait, this is a new. Wait, stop. This is a new segment.
No, this is.
Guess how long the socks have been on.
This is not a new segment. You did this exact same thing last time.
But you didn't guess.
This is not a new segment.
No, this is a game. And
this is not a. It's a game for you. It's not a game for me.
Yeah, you're participating.
For me, this is punishment.
Not everybody likes games.
I'm trying to inhale pre the sock sniff. Stop
Just smell it. Just tell me how long you think I've had it on.
Dude, okay, you're trying to jam it in my nose.
No, I'm not trying to jam it in
your nose. I'm holding your foot while it's happening.
Not good.
Oh, don't wiggle them.
Okay, I won't wiggle.
You're like puffing dust as I inhale.
Okay, just smell real quick.
No, I smelt it. I had enough.
Okay, final guess.
Final guess. 6 days.
6 days? I put these on maybe 2 hours ago. Brand new.
Why do your feet smell so bad?
No. If the socks are 2 hours old and they smell like that, that means that you've worn so many 2-day socks that now your shoes are reducing the life of new socks.
These smell good.
You're a freak. We've got 2 freaks on the podcast.
Hey, at least this freak is clean. Okay.
I'm very cleanly. Do you even floss?
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't sound very convincing.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either. I floss 3 times a day, actually.
Yes.
You floss 3 times a day?
Yeah, it's in my truck.
That's a bad thing. I don't think you're supposed to floss that much. I think that's like genuinely bad for your gums.
No, you're supposed to floss after you eat.
Actually, I have heard that. I'm thinking of brushing. You shouldn't brush that much a day.
Here's the thing. You're talking about flossing, and we're talking about like your feet. Like you wear multiple socks a day. I maybe floss once or twice a day.
That's true.
You just say he wears multiple socks a day?
Sorry. One sock, multiple days.
One sock?
One pair of socks.
Okay.
Okay.
You got there finally.
We took the long way.
We took the detour on that one.
He wears multiple socks a day.
Also, hold on. I understand now you're feeling a little bit of anger towards me about the trip. But did you enjoy the walk overall?
Oh yeah, I mean it's beautiful. There's nothing
do it
like
again?
California hill country. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. See?
Yeah, for sure.
See?
But I am bruised and battered, I'll tell you right now.
Well, that's not my fault. I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to tell you didn't help.
I didn't help.
Much.
I literally helped.
You did guide the way sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, we got to move on. Josh is going to strike Russell.
Don't strike me, please.
Do we want to do questions or what do we want to do?
So let's split the questions, and then I've got some a would you rather program up that I want to go over with us for a while. But I want to do. We have? First.
Hold on. Do we have any more Bethany Chandler questions from the last podcast still?
He is not going to be able to find those. Those were sent in his text from months ago. He is not going to be finding those.
Okay. I just thought I would ask. Okay, we'll go to questions. All right. First question. Ryan Lee asks, what's your favorite color? Jacob, what's your favorite color?
I don't know. Probably orange.
Orange?
Why?
I was going to say, that's a terrible answer.
Why orange?
What? RC, you it's anything I say. You just hate it.
Okay. Yeah, but literally everyone said that. No, it's not just RC.
No one's favorite color is orange.
Yeah, but mine is.
My 3-year-old niece's favorite color is orange, and that's because she's a little 3-year-old idiot.
Wow.
Oh, I think Josh is a big meanie now.
Yeah, Josh, you're a big meanie head. Shut up.
No, I love my niece. But she's 3 years old. 3-year-olds are stupid.
They're not stupid. They're just not developed.
They're just 3 years old.
Oh my goodness.
If there's
what I'm saying is Jacob has the brain of a 3-year-old.
You know what? Jacob gave a bad answer, but at least he isn't mean.
He's mean.
Russell, you're mean too, dude.
I think we're probably all mean.
It's part of the selling point.
Yeah, see, I don't know why I get so much hate for being a big meanie whenever I have you two on the podcast as well. I'm not
a big meanie.
Yeah, you guys are both big meanie idiots.
No.
Yeah, we're big meanies. You're a little meanie.
Call us that because we make fun of you.
I don't like you guys. Yes.
You're an average.
Oh, I'm not a little meanie.
No, you're not little like Logan. Logan's a little meanie.
Can I be a big meanie?
Hi.
You
can be meanie.
You can be content. How about that?
You can simmer down.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, I forgot about this. I held a meeting in Norman, Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, and this nice young lady came up to me. I don't remember her name off the top of my head. If she's listening to the podcast now, you're the GOAT. She came up to me and asked me how old my socks were. And that was shocking.
Was it Adeline Zane?
Was that Adeline?
I don't know exactly who it was.
You said she was like 14 or something.
Well, okay, I don't quite how old I said she was, because what if she's older than that? I don't know how old she was.
If you're listening, 14, he thought you were 14.
Whoever it is, you're
15.
awesome.
No.
I'm sorry I didn't ask for your name, but it was shocking for somebody to come up to me in Oklahoma and say, "Have you changed your socks?" I was thinking, what in the world? I didn't know we got around like that.
I figured it's probably either Adeline or one of us. I figure it's probably either Adeline or one of Adeline's associates.
Associates?
Yeah. Speaking of Adeline, yesterday, Jacob and Josh, they had a very fair point. The last podcast, I said, send my address out so I can get hate mail. And they did remind me, you just gave Jacob permission to hand out your address to Adeline Zane. We're canceling that. Nobody's sending any hate mail. Nobody's doing anything specifically because I'm scared of that woman.
The funny thing is, you think I need permission.
You think you won't do it anyway.
You shouldn't do it. I don't like that. You helped me figure out I was wrong. Okay. And
what if he already did? What if it's too late?
We've strayed so far.
You'll never know.
I'm going to cry.
Remember when we were asking questions?
Yeah, remember when Jacob's favorite color was orange? We strayed so far.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Josh, what's your favorite color?
I like blue.
Terrible color. Next question.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good color. No, Russell, what's your favorite color?
I'm a red, white, and blue guy.
No, you get one.
That's
no.
Give us one.
No.
Give us one.
No.
What's your favorite color on the flag?
I can't take one.
Okay, I'm giving you an allowance of one color.
No, you can't take one.
I'm taking away two of your colors.
I mean, this is a bad metaphor, but that's kind of like saying like you can have the Father and the Son, but you don't get the Spirit.
Okay, that's a terrible metaphor.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying when you said it's a bad metaphor. I get that part.
You see what I'm saying? It's the red, white, and blue.
Okay, you said red first, so I'm going to say his favorite color is red.
You're reading.
Wait, can we just say Russell's favorite color is America?
No.
Yes.
He likes it.
Wait, if you mix red, white, and blue together, it makes like a purple.
No,
you like purple.
He likes purple.
Purple's royal.
Royal purple's
okay. Calm down.
I'm just trying to look for good
royal things. Purple is an actual color.
Yes. My dad used to really like.
So do you like royal purple?
Purple?
Shut up.
I like red, white, and blue.
Okay. Next question.
No.
There's your favorite color.
Logan.
What?
What's your favorite color?
Black.
You're not doing this again. Every time you host, you skip out on questions because you're host. You're not doing it.
Black.
No, you
like
stupid.
Dude,
black
I do. I like black.
We're both
black is very cool. Doesn't mean my favorite color. You know how cool black is?
Black.
Black.
I like black.
Love black is such a cool color.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also counter, I also like gray.
Didn't ask.
Okay.
How do you spell it?
Black?
Black?
No, gray.
You don't know how to spell gray?
Well, the question is, do you spell it with the E or with the A?
Yes.
With the E.
I would thought of it with the E.
Definitely A.
E is how the Brits spell it.
Yeah, this is America, buddy. Get out of here. We literally had a war so that you could spell gray, Gray.
Well, Logan also says them a lot.
Okay. No, we don't need to.
Yeah, I
just figured
out
out
3 times to him today.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I did that.
That's them.
Them?
He says them as them?
Them?
Yes,
I say them.
No, you say them.
I say them.
You're thinking of thum.
Yeah, that's like the same spelling.
Say words.
I did never realize it. And Jacob pointed out one time, and then I asked my mom, I'm like, do I actually say them? And she goes, yes, you've been saying that your whole life. And I'm like, are you serious? Nobody ever corrected me?
I found out the episode title. Logan finds out he's an idiot.
We already knew that. We already knew that.
Yeah, but you didn't know that.
How many episodes are there?
We're at 11 now.
Logan finds out he's
12.
an idiot. Part 12.
Yeah.
No. 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 All right, next question. We're done with this. Why is Ryan asking such kindergarten style questions?
Why were these questions podcast 1?
We can rapid fire this one.
He's asking
Russell
questions that match his intellect level.
Yeah, I like circles.
Is it because you're a circle?
Sometimes.
Oh.
What's your
I like pears. I like a pear shape.
This is not rapid fire, to be honest.
Okay, what's your favorite shape? Everybody say their favorite shape.
Square.
I like rectangle.
Russell?
Circle.
Chosen the square hole.
Do you associate colors with numbers? If so, what color is the number 9? Jacob, what color is the number 9?
Yellow.
Russell, what color is the number 9?
Purple came to my head.
Okay, Josh, what color is the purple 9? What color is the number 9?
I want to say gray.
With the E or with the A?
Brother. Are we doing this again? A. There's only one way to spell it.
Okay. The correct answer is purple. I don't know why that's there. What number does your favorite color associate with? Jacob?
What number does your favorite color associate with?
Yes.
So the color that you gave, what number is associated with your favorite color? 1776.
I was about to say 1776.
I would say 8.
I think blue I think 3. I think 3 is a blue number.
When did they abolish slavery?
If you have to ask that, you don't deserve to know.
Oh.
That's not on the questions list.
Yeah, but what? Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Oh, okay. Black.
Yeah,
His favorite color is black. I see. I get it. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2. I'll just say 2. Okay. Next, we're away from Ryan's pitiful questions. Gabriel asks, "What is your wait? Whoa, that's not what he asked. Who is your favorite listener?"
Me and my RC cope.
Amen.
Josh, who's your favorite listener?
Personally, I think Mason.
See, kind of thinking about Mason. That's where I'm at.
I want to say Stefan. I really want to say Stefan because I think he's our best listener, but
he's not your favorite.
But Mason's my favorite. I'm sorry, Stefan.
It didn't specifically say towards the podcast, so I could say a therapist.
Shut up.
I could.
Shut up.
He's giving like me answers.
Yeah. This feels weird. Ugh.
What?
I don't know, Mason. I really like Mason. Mason's hot.
Logan's favorite listener is Alan.
No. No. I'm so scared of that girl. Okay, I gotta. Yes, I gotta go with Mason. Okay. How many more questions do we want to do before we do Would You Rather?
I'll just keep going.
What time are we at, Jacob?
Russell, don't tell me how to run my job.
About 45 minutes.
Okay, we spent at least 10 minutes listening to Russell giggle without ceasing. So
no, we did.
Let's do the next Gabriel question, and then we'll go.
Okay. If an AI robot apocalypse does happen, how long do you think your co-host would survive? Well, Jacob's dead. He's dead immediately.
Why?
Number one, because you spend most of your life on the internet or at your computer. So if they take over, that's the first thing that's going. And all your information and everything. Yeah, if AI takes over, AI robot apocalypse takes over, AI has access to all your electronics. You're done. They're going to come in your house and kill you.
And do
I had a similar thought.
They're going to kill you.
I had a similar thought just because I don't think. I just don't think Jacob has any skills for any apocalypse outside of his desk. You know?
He can work a desk job in The Walking Dead.
Dude.
Yeah, away from his PC. I don't know what Jacob does. You know?
He works at McDonald's. Dude. Put some respect on him.
Yeah.
Robots don't eat McDonald's.
People are ignorant of my abilities.
Hey, we know you can put your feet behind your head. We're not ignorant to that.
I'll be honest, guys, not to be a pessimist.
He could have nunchuck skills, hacking skills.
Yeah.
I think if the robot apocalypse comes, we're all gonna die. I don't think there's any hope for any of us.
I think
I can build guns.
That's not what it says. It says how long would your co-host last?
But not very long is my point. Like, you're being optimistic here. Like, you guys are saying Jacob's immediately going to die. You're all going to immediately die.
I think the people who are going to survive the longest are the ones who are the least tech savvy and the least tech reliant and have the most, like, pre-tech or independent of tech.
So
abilities.
Exactly what the opposite of what Logan said.
What? What are you talking about?
I would die first, and then Josh says the people that would die first are the people that are least tech savvy.
I don't think that's
the people that would last the longest.
Yeah, he's making the opposite point.
What? How does that make any sense?
He's
the
agreeing
people
with
who
me.
are the most disconnected from technology will be the least affected by a robot apocalypse.
So the people who don't know about AI robots,
exactly,
because they don't know about them.
You have no reason to interact with technology.
Yeah, it's facts. I agree with this.
And we shoot the robots.
You could move away from where the main sources of technology is. Yeah, just go away from where the sources of technology are. Get off the power grid.
I'm telling you, if you're on the Tuolumne River,
they're robots.
So they have to charge eventually.
Merced River.
That's like saying I'm going to go in the wilderness and a transformer can't get to me because I'm in the wilderness.
It's not a good bang for its buck.
Literally, yes.
City.
We were in the mountains and it took us 10 minutes to connect to a satellite.
Yeah, it's true. That was a good question. Can we do give me we don't have to do it right now, but give me I need some good questions. Ryan was really let me down there.
Okay, I got a question for you. Zombie apocalypse happens, Russell. How long are you lasting? I have my own opinion. How long are you lasting?
How long am I lasting? So in this theoretical
question.
No, this is zombies, not AI.
No zombies, not people. First of all, can I is this assuming I can kill a zombie? Is there
you can kill a zombie.
Is this assuming you have the ability to?
Yeah, I have my own opinion about how long you're going to last.
Am I independent? Am I on my own, or am I with another?
You're with your girlfriend, and then your girlfriend dies, so you're on your own. You have to deal with her loss. That's how we're doing backstory, everything. Josh is not near you. Josh abandoned you. He went up in the woods. You're with your girlfriend. Everything's going great. She doesn't die from a zombie. She just passes away peacefully. You're on your own.
Why does she just die?
What do you do?
Why do you have to add her to the story?
Why does she have to?
I don't know. I thought it was good
no value to the story. She came into the story for me to be excited and then to die.
Okay. Hold on. You just said, would I be alone? What do you want me to do? You want me to say you guys break up before the zombie apocalypse? No. You guys had a good life. She just exits.
Brother, hold on. She lives in Arkansas. If a zombie apocalypse happens right now, they're not going to be together anyway.
True.
All right, so she doesn't die. You're on your own. Okay.
Is she doing well?
You don't know.
Yeah.
Technology out window.
Last phone call you had with her, she said there was somebody knocking at the door, and then the phone cut out. So you're on your own.
So she's doing well. Okay,
she might be dead. We're not sure.
I do not think I'm gonna really last all that long, to be honest with you.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not that I don't have the equipment, but at some point we have a skill issue. And I just I just don't think I'm gonna be surviving very long.
If you can't jump from rock to rock.
I jumped from rock to rock. It just wasn't very pretty. Yeah, I don't think I'll survive very long. I'll give myself because here's the thing, I get by on a lot of charisma, but zombies don't care about charisma. There's no one to charisma in the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, so you'd be like the Eugene of the zombie group. You'd be charisma.
Yes, he would.
You'd be getting charisma into a group that you don't really contribute to, but they're just kind of helping you out.
I don't know who Eugene is, but that hypothetical sounds accurate. Yeah.
Russ would be like, I know how to save the world. Take me to an Arby's. And then
I'm an Arby's. That's not the plot.
Yeah.
You have a mullet too in this situation.
Dude, I've been trying to get a mullet for a long time.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
If you were trying to get a mullet for a long time, you would have a mullet.
No, it's because there's other people in my life to don't love mullet.
They're restricting you from growing your hair into a mullet?
Yes, there's restrictions.
Okay, so you've been trying to get other people to accept a mullet.
I've been trying to get mullet consent. Yes.
Okay.
Just grow your hair out and then do it all at once.
Get a buzz cut.
I would be so ugly with a buzz cut.
I've done it. It's not great.
Yeah,
I thought about doing it. I was actually I just want to get a buzz cut, and my girlfriend said, "You get a buzz cut. I'm not going to talk to you."
There's a meme picture of me out there because I got a buzz cut. I looked like Sid from Toy Story.
That's okay.
Really? That's awesome.
I look like Russell from Up, so at least you have a different name.
Aw, it's kind of cute.
Well, Josh, if we ever do Schizo Josh 2, I know what the thumbnail is going to be.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's do the Would You Rather.
Okay, I've got some Would You Rathers up here. First one's pretty simple. Would you rather have an extra finger or have an extra toe?
Finger. Why would you want an extra toe?
Probably go extra toes so nobody could see it.
That's what I was going to say. I second that.
So here's the main thing. Extra toe, I feel like you could get away with having an extra toe because you would just buy a wider shoe.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me about having an extra finger is gloves.
Yep.
You would have to have custom gloves made, or you would have to wear mittens. I like the idea of an extra finger because it means more like prehensile ability in your hands, more grip strength. There's lots of benefits. The only loss is that it's weird and you won't be able to wear gloves, or you'll have to get custom gloves.
I feel like I'm less affected by having an extra toe. Like everybody's going to see my extra finger. No one knows about my extra toe except for the real ones.
Yeah.
Would you send us pictures of your extra toe?
Yeah, probably.
Dope.
Fair enough.
No.
Extra toe.
That's weird.
Let's see. You guys. Okay, extra toe is actually the lower. There's 44% extra toe.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. Would you rather be able to shrink whenever you want, or be able to grow whenever you want?
I very clearly would like to grow whenever I want.
I feel like we know one of the people's answer.
I want to grow. Very distinctly, that's the only option. And I don't even want to grow that much. I just want to be 5'10".
I don't know. I feel it depends. I feel like shrink has more utility.
Shrink is awesome. I would rather shrink.
Shrink is just better. Like, dude, mechanic work would be so easy if I could shrink myself.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be giving me self-confidence.
We're talking like Ant-Man size, or
maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to grow. Like, okay. I would not abuse the power. Like, I would just be like, I just want to be 5'11".
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
The problem is you would grow proportionally. So you would be 5'11", but then you would be like 4 feet wide. Because you wouldn't just grow like this. You would grow every way.
Okay, that is not stipulated in this question. Be able to grow whenever you want. So I have to grow like a circle?
No,
if I want to grow.
You grow proportionally. You don't just get taller.
Says who, dude? You're shrinking.
Okay, if I'm shrinking, but my width isn't changing, then I'm gonna be 6 inches tall and still 2 feet wide.
I get to choose what I grow.
Calm down. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Sorry about that.
Logan hasn't given an answer.
Logan says grow. I know he does.
Yeah, we know.
He said grow.
No, I didn't. If it's like Ant-Man size, I'd rather shrink. I'm okay with my height. Would I like to be taller? Yes, but I would rather shrink.
It was 50-50 on that question. Apparently, it could go either way.
Cool.
Would you rather have a brain freeze every time you drink or have a toothache every time you eat? This one's easy for me.
Bro, brain freeze.
Brain freeze. Toothaches suck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never had a brain freeze.
There's no...
No.
I really haven't. People say that all the time. I've never had a brain freeze. I don't know what the experience is like.
Josh, do you have ice cream in your house right now?
The amount of things that you have told me you've never experienced is beginning to concern me.
Are you an alien?
Last night, when we were camping last night, he said, "Oh, a shooting star. I've never seen one of those." And I was so sad.
It was magical.
How? I was so sad. He told me, he asked me, he told me, what did you say? You asked me if there's ticks there because you thought you saw a tick. It was probably just a ladybug. But
I'm telling you, first of all, do not insult me like that. Okay. It was not a ladybug.
Coming from a person who literally has no idea what ticks look like.
I've never seen a tick.
He's never seen a tick.
Really? There was a ladybug on my arm on the way to your house today.
Oh yeah, there's one in my truck.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. We parked on top of a ladybug nest, so now they're in all our stuff.
Terrible. Anyways, so how bad is a brain freeze is what I'm trying to get at.
It's
pretty bad.
It can be. It can vary. It's debilitating for like 5 seconds.
I've also, like, on one finger, I can count the amount of times I've had a headache.
I can go get you a like an Otter Pop right now, and we could see if we can give you a brain freeze.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to see if there was something cold.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go brain freeze.
No.
Toothaches are terrible.
He's not gonna do it. Brain freeze.
Significant victory.
Oh yeah, brain freeze was 79%. Yeah,
significant victory.
Obvious answer. Would you rather get stuck with a needle each time you lie or get skinnier each time you tell the truth?
Okay, not to like lift myself up, but like, I'm a pretty honest person. So at what point at what point am I going to be so skinny that I'm going to die?
I was going to say one of these is significantly worse because you can stop lying.
Yeah, but like I can't stop telling the truth.
Yeah, you can't never tell the truth. At some point, you have to tell the truth. And it's going to stack up very quickly.
You something and then you just answer them. That's just telling the truth.
Yeah, it's like, what time is it? Like 3:30. It's like, 112 pounds.
Getting stuck with a needle every time you lie. That's just like accountability reinforcement. That's a good thing.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the easy answer. What, really?
That's pretty split.
That's only 54%.
People just want to be skinny.
Yeah, I guess. People don't think far enough into the future. Would you rather stub your toe once every day or whack your funny bone every other day?
Whack my funny bone every other day. I hate stubbing my toe. I hit my funny bone today.
Yeah, funny bone's not so bad.
I already almost stub my toe once every day, so I'm just going to stick with that.
No, stubbing your toe is the worst. The funny bone experience is not that bad.
I don't know. It depends on the extremity of both of these.
Yeah, of course. How hard?
I mean, like, yeah, if you stub your toe into a NASCAR, sure, it's going to hurt. But like,
a NASCAR?
The average...
How do you stub your toe into a NASCAR?
The average...
That's called getting run over. Why did you throw that out there?
The average funny bone whack.
It wasn't even a car, it was a NASCAR.
The average thing that people stub their toe on is definitely not a NASCAR.
You never stub your toe on my coffee table.
I've never stubbed my toe on a NASCAR.
Dude, let me tell you right now, we have a coffee table that came from a wagon. So it's the front seat of a wagon at my house. And so it's made of cast iron. Stubbing your toe into that coffee table is maybe one of the most painful experiences in the world.
This is what I said. It depends on severity.
So whacking my funny bone has never hurt that.
The reason I say stub your toe, because if you compare like the same severity as how you stub your toe on your table, that same severity on funny bone, that will mess up how well my arm works for the rest of the day if it's the funny bone.
I think that's just a sensitive thing to say.
I think you're just dramatic.
Well, maybe I'm a sensitive guy.
Well, we've... I think the funny bone's the correct answer.
Fragile.
Yeah, I'm going stub toe. What do you guys think?
No,
they said funny bone.
Funny bone.
Funny bone.
Everybody says funny bone, but you.
All right, we'll go funny bone.
The people are going to agree with us. Yeah.
Funny bone was 61%. All right, yeah. I guess I'm just wrong on this one. Would you rather have $200 every time you get hurt, or $20 every time you help someone?
$200 every time I get hurt.
Dude, I would be rich.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, I would honestly just start hurting myself.
I mean, I help people a lot, but I get hurt way more often just by nature.
Yeah. I mean, but like if I got $200 every time, like
don't
being hurt's very odd.
Yeah, I would just start hurting myself.
Well, yeah, that's what I said.
Or I would just like ask my mom, "Can you slap me 3 times? I need a paycheck today."
No, I don't think that's even necessary. Like hurt is very broad. Like you can just give yourself a little pinch.
How many times do you think you hurt yourself yesterday?
I would have. Let me tell you, I've been a rich man.
Yeah, with how many times you hurt yourself yesterday, it would have been a
yesterday
hefty payout.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was 61%.
That's the right answer.
Not as split as I thought it would be.
I would think that would be like obvious.
Would you rather lose the ability to talk or lose the ability to walk?
The ability to talk.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Walk.
I wish you would lose the ability to talk, Logan.
I would rather lose the ability to walk for sure.
I feel like I walk way more often than I talk.
I feel like my job is intrinsically connected to my ability to talk.
That's true. For you, it would make more sense. Like you could be a paralyzed preacher.
Preacher in wheelchair is sick.
Yeah.
But preacher that can't talk is like...
Can you imagine you could only preach at places that have a wheelchair accessible pulpit?
No, that's not even true. I don't even go I'll just roll to the front of the building. People do that all the time.
Yeah, but you would be in the low part of the building in a chair. No one would see you.
That doesn't matter. They'd hear me.
That's true.
They couldn't even hear me if I couldn't
than
talk.
You are now.
I would make fun of you.
Yeah, I'd have a sick wheelchair though.
I'd make fun of you. Yeah, I would make you a cool wheelchair, though.
You wouldn't make me a cool wheelchair.
I would absolutely make
I'd
you
go
a
to
cool
higher
wheelchair.
services than you if I couldn't walk.
You know what? I'm not making you a cool wheelchair. You just lost your cool wheelchair privileges. Ability to walk was 40%.
I told you.
No, that's what I'm saying. More people would rather lose their ability to talk.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah. Would you rather have the love of your life but be broke, or forever be alone but rich?
Bro, say that again.
Would you rather have the love of your life but be broke, or be forever alone but rich?
Can you still date them?
What?
No, like, if you're no alone, dating, no nothing.
You're alone.
No, you're alone. You're forever alone. It's pretty.
Are you alone if you're dating somebody?
It's pretty decisive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty lonely right now.
I'll be there forever. I'll be there in 12 hours.
Yeah, baby. Come on.
Definitely have the love of your life, but be broke.
Yeah, I feel like love the life but be broke is the easy answer.
Yeah, I firmly feel this way. Very.
That's got to be. That is way. It's 52% and 48%.
People are so vain. This is the problem with American society.
That's crazy. Would you rather have a medieval house or have a modern house? This is easy. Well, modern, okay, actually, that's not true. I would rather have a modern house with medieval styling, so I have to say modern house.
Yeah, if you say medieval house, does that mean that I get medieval?
It's medieval
appliances.
It's medieval amenities, medieval thermal insulation, medieval flammable thatch roof.
Yeah, I don't want that thatch roof and dirt floor.
Yeah. So I could do it. I could absolutely live in a medieval house, but I'd rather have a modern house.
Of course you could. Yeah, you don't want modern.
Yeah. If I could get a modern house that looks like a medieval house,
just go modern house.
That's the trick.
The answer is modern house.
Yeah.
Pretty significant.
77% said modern house. That's fair. Would you rather be able to instantly teleport to any person in your contacts, or be instantly able to bring any person in your contacts to your location?
Oh.
So teleport to them or teleport them to you?
I think teleport to them because I want to travel easily.
Yeah, I like to be in control too. I like to work around my schedule, so I'd rather be able to teleport to them.
I feel like most of my interactions with other people involves me going to them, because I'm usually going to help them with something at where they are, or we're meeting up somewhere. I feel like it would be more useful me to teleport to other people. And
if somebody in my contacts was at a cool place, I could teleport to them.
Yeah, but then you have to go back manually. Actually, no, you could teleport to someone that's just near where you live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if I had a friend that was in Italy, I could just go. And I could be like, hey, Mom, where you at? I'd be like, can you go to my house? And I'd just teleport back.
That's what I'm saying. Teleport to people is better.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 72%. So pretty decisive. Would you rather? Oh, dude,
easy.
This is so easy. Would you rather live without music or live without television? I already don't watch television, so
television.
Yeah,
is television
TV?
I'm gonna say that includes streaming services.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. What about YouTube?
No, not YouTube. YouTube isn't television.
Okay, never mind.
Streaming services, shows, movies.
Okay, what if it was? I feel like this is too easy. What if it was screens?
No, I mean, your phone would still be allowed. You just couldn't watch televised things. Couldn't watch shows or movies on your phone.
This is too simple. Nobody watches TV anymore.
Well, that people watch Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff. That's why I'm saying streaming services would be out.
Yeah, but it's I have YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's fun. Either way, regardless of if I was losing everything, I would still choose music.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Music is the way to go.
I would go live without television in an instant if I could keep my music. Really? Oh, wait, no, that's right. Yeah, more people would rather keep music. Would you rather have the ability to transform into anything or anyone, or have the ability to gain any skill instantly?
I just gain the skill of transforming into anything or anyone.
Okay, that's
not a skill.
It's not a skill. That's a superpower.
A skill is something you can learn.
I'd rather gain any skill, because transforming into anything or anyone, you're just kind of like the fake version of skill.
Any skill, you could just get whatever job you want.
I literally just want to know how to play the fiddle.
Sounds like you know your answer.
That's all I want.
I just want
you can do that. Yeah, you could do that without the powers.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's a lot of work.
So that's the benefit of the power.
You can do any of it without the powers. It just takes a long time.
Well, no, you can't. No, you can't transform into anything or anyone.
I could transform into a fiddle and be played.
That's not what you want, though.
No, but it's
I'm
close.
saying
you want to be played, I can play you.
Learn any skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn any skill.
You can already do that.
Learn any skill is 70%. Learn any skill is 70%. Would you rather have a home gym or have a home cinema? This one's easy too. Gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Home gym.
Yeah, home gym.
Gyms are expensive.
That's an easy one. Gyms are expensive. And I would
50-50.
Dude, that's a 50-50 split. I'm surprised. That's how many people watch television.
TV at home, and that's kind of like fine. I don't think you need like something extravagant.
Yeah, no doubt.
Would you rather have to kill your best friend or have to kill your sibling?
Sibling.
Kill my sibling.
I am an only child.
What?
Oh, then you have to by law kill your best friend.
That's the cop out.
Yeah.
I'm not killing my best
friend. So then it would be kill your best friend or kill one of your parents.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go that for
best
you.
Friend.
I'm not killing anybody.
Well, that's not an option.
I don't want to kill anyone.
You're in a shoot GI shoot situation. You got to kill someone.
Okay, I'm designating you as my best friend.
You're shooting
I'm killing you.
All right. I mean, I don't feel like I would hold a grudge if you wanted to spare one of your parents for me.
Yeah.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, you made me do it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make. Someone made you do it.
Yeah. Would you rather.io?
Kill your best friend with 62%. More people would rather kill their friend than their sibling.
Oh my goodness. This got so intense.
That's surprising. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We're skipping this one. That one's rough.
Yeah. Tough.
Would you rather vomit every time you see the color brown or have to sneeze 10 times whenever you are touched?
Okay, like hypothetically, there's brown all over.
There's way too much brown.
There's so much brown, but I get touched all the time.
But what?
What? Okay.
I'm touching him right now.
That's true. That's true. I feel like this is a lose-lose.
No, this one's actually not like the solution isn't that hard. You could go live alone in the forest and never be touched by anyone. You could not go anywhere and never see the color brown.
Okay, but like, so say I walk in hypothetically, so we're in Josh's RV right now, which has brown everywhere. Is it every time I notice a new object that's brown?
Every time you see the color brown.
Right, but I see brown. So
if you see brown continuously, you're vomiting continuously.
Oh yeah, I gotta go with the sneeze then.
Yeah, sneeze is the easiest.
You can't avoid brown.
You can escape the sneeze.
You
can't escape the brown.
Is if Josh knows that about you, he will touch you all day long.
Oh, absolutely. Not all day long. I'll touch you after it's like been a while and you're like, dude, this is nice. Then I'll touch you.
No, whenever you're like arguing with them and doing something, and just out of nowhere, it just touch you.
Absolutely.
And
be hilarious.
Start sneezing.
Sneezing is just not as bad of an experience as vomiting.
I'm okay with harming my friends if it's funny. As long as I think we're both going to find it funny, I will harm my friends.
That's a good way to live.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We were driving up to the Oregon 4th of July meeting.
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I discovered on that trip that holding your breath when going. I discovered on that trip that holding your breath while you go through tunnels is a thing. Apparently it's a game that people play. So we were kind of doing that on this trip. We went through a tunnel and I saw Jacob take a big inhale to hold his breath. I waited about 2 seconds. Then I punched him in the stomach and it was hilarious.
Just knocked the wind at me right when
yeah, that's great. It was really funny.
Shout out Ryan Lee.
Shout out Ryan Lee.
Yeah.
What?
What did Ryan Lee do?
I just like Ryan Lee.
Oh.
What are all these shout outs for?
Yeah, what's going on here?
I just think Ryan Lee's a good
shout
guy.
out my homies on O Block. Shout out my people down in Dallas. Shout out the people in Cali.
I think he ran out of words for this week.
No, I'm just saying, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, you're on word
like a TV interview.
66% of people would rather vomit every time they're touched.
What?
Would you rather have a set out path in life or have complete unknowns? I just don't like this question in general.
Set out path. I don't like unknowns.
Do I get to choose the set out path, or is it like something that someone else picked and I'm stuck with it?
No, I feel like having complete unknown is just like life normal.
That's just kind of what we normally have.
Yeah, that's just kind of like, so like, do I want to continue to live my life the way that it is, or do I want somebody to like just plan it?
Because you can plan your path, but it never happens exactly as you plan it.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of going to go with unknowns.
I feel like unknowns it's got to be the better answer.
Like, it's just what life is.
Really? It's 54 for complete unknowns. It's far closer than I thought. Would you rather scream loudly while you're asleep or be blind and deaf for the first 30 minutes after waking up?
Okay, I wear contacts, so I am blind.
Yeah, I already am almost blind and deaf.
Yeah.
My parents, when I was a kid, and my parents would come wake me up, my parents would have full-on conversations where they said I would acknowledge them and respond to them. And then I would fall back asleep, and it was like it never happened. I would like sleep talk with my parents, and they would get mad at me because I would have a whole conversation and not remember any of it at all.
Yeah. I don't want to scream loudly while I'm asleep. That really affects other people.
I would be fine screaming loudly while I'm asleep until I got married.
Okay. I wouldn't have enjoyed that.
I know.
Who says you're getting married?
That's great. No, be blind and deaf for sure. 69%.
You shouldn't even give Logan and Jacob an opportunity to contribute.
What were they going to say? I'm sorry.
What?
They kind of agreed with our statements. What was your guys' choice?
No, I said the blind and deaf thing.
Yeah.
Yep, I said blind and deaf.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard them kind of agree.
Easy.
Maybe you're just not paying attention.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure they're included. We're about inclusivity around here.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're really not.
Would you rather have the ability to time travel to any point in the past or have the ability to teleport to any location instantly?
Honestly,
teleport to any location.
Dude, this is hard.
It depends on how much you regret your life. Oops.
Wait, this is such a question.
I was thinking about this today. How you could, if you could go back in time, you could just never like have anxiety about everything because you can always try again.
Well, just
but you would. I feel like you wouldn't
think about the people you could talk to if you could go back in the past.
You can go back in the past, and
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
it's better.
I feel like it's dangerous because you would never have to, over an extended amount of time, deal with the mistakes you've made and learn. I feel like you learn far more from a mistake you have to live with than one you can immediately correct.
Yeah, but like I could go talk to anybody.
Yeah. I'd rather teleport because that would cut down my commute time a lot.
That's like significantly less important than being able to like meet anybody in history.
That's like a third of my day every day I work.
You could meet Jesus.
Or Josh, you could meet Jesus.
Yes.
He's like, what's commute time?
The apostles met Jesus and they still didn't get very much of it.
I don't think that's true.
But you do get
the whole
and you
Christianity
can go back in time
until Jesus was gone. They didn't really get most of it.
So are you telling me right now
you're
like, you don't want, like, you wouldn't want to meet Jesus?
Also, Jesus picked out his 12 disciples, and they're the only ones that hung out with. Disciples. I'm sorry. I know I always.
So are you arguing against being able to meet Jesus right now?
I'm saying I don't think that meeting Jesus is necessary to be a good Christian.
I don't think it's necessary to be a good Christian either. I did not.
That's what we were saying.
Well, actually, I do think meeting Jesus is very important to the Christian faith. But not in the way.
Do you think if humans ever figure out how to time travel, which I don't think they will, but if they figured out how to time travel, if they're like, we're going to go see Jesus and see if he was real, and they traveled there to see him, do you think he'd be there?
Okay. I'm currently of the opinion, like, this is not like a biblical opinion or anything, but I don't think God would allow something like time travel to exist because it would destroy the essence of like faith.
Correct.
What?
But let's just say hypothetically,
repercussions too.
Now, I shouldn't say God wouldn't. I don't think, God can do whatever he wants. But yeah, just to be clear.
Let's just say that he allows it. Do you think Jesus would be there? And if Jesus is there, do you think he would look at you and go, why are you here?
Well, first of all, I do think of necessity Jesus has to be there because oh my goodness, this is an insane question. Because Jesus is omnipresent. Jesus is omniscient. Like, Jesus would know that this is going to happen. But he was also a real historical person.
Yes.
So he would have had to be there if you're going back into real history.
Have you ever seen those things where
this is insane?
I've seen this on the internet before. It's like it's a meme I've seen before where it's someone says when you get your time machine finally working and you go back to meet Jesus, and then he goes from speaking the native tongue to perfect English, looks at you and says, "You're not supposed to be here," and then you get cast back forward in time.
Yeah, I mean, something like that would be pretty cool.
I don't know. I choose teleportation, one, because I think it would be more useful to me, and I think it's way too easy to be irresponsible with time travel.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the ethic of me going back in history and seeing like Jesus, like
not even that far back. I just think it's too easy to be irresponsible with time travel in general.
I think it's too easy to fix mistakes.
I think that is irresponsible.
Fixing your mistakes?
I think not dealing with the repercussions of your actions and avoiding them by time travel is irresponsible.
Okay, but what if I use it responsibly?
I would still rather just have teleportation.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with time travel, but I'm going to not go back to the 1st century.
We'll say it's within your life is the limit.
Time travel my life?
Time travel within your lifetime.
Buddy, I'm buying some Amazon stock, let me tell you.
I'm buying some Bitcoin. Some
this is what I mean by irresponsibly.
Irresponsible? This is generational wealth.
This is literally like the whole point of Back to the Future is don't try and make a bunch of money from knowing the Super Bowl outcome.
Okay, but Back to the Future isn't me.
You would become Marty McFly.
I'm just investing in Bitcoin.
Okay, so modern Marty McFly.
I'm investing in Bitcoin.
So you moved the total a little Bitcoin. Is it really that bad?
Yeah. Just give me some Bitcoin, bro. Why are you hating?
Okay, well,
he's just greedy. Let him be greedy.
Whoa! I'm not. This is no one's expense.
I'm choosing teleportation, and 69% of other people chose teleportation. So
that's what I chose.
Cool. I'll go teleportation. I think I'll go teleportation.
He didn't like his.
Would you rather have any item of clothing you want or have any food item you want?
Is this a one-time thing?
Any food item.
Dude, what?
It doesn't say if it's something you can use continuously at any time or if it's a single use.
If it's a single use, I'm going clothing. If it's any time, I'm going food.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it's single use, I'm going food.
I'm going to say single.
Buy food again.
I'm going to say single use, but the problem is I can't think of any item of clothing I would want because I don't know clothing that much.
I would just profit off of it. Like I would just get like some stupid Supreme t-shirt and sell it for 10.
Okay, we're learning a lot about Russell's choices here. They all have to do with gaining money.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I had the what am I going to do? Get like a pair of joggers or something? It's not going to make that much of a difference for me.
Maybe you want something that's super unique, not to sell just because you want it
every day.
But it's one time.
What's one time?
Well, we're saying in this situation, it's a single use. This opportunity.
I'm going clothing, regardless of your guys' opinions of my ethics.
Yeah,
I'm going food.
I think I would say clothing just because I don't have a really nice Carhartt jacket right now, and I kind of want one.
Yeah, mine smells like campfire right now.
I'd just get another suit.
Most people said 53% said food.
Yeah.
Would you rather every food you eat is too salty or every drink you drink is too sweet?
Drink I drink. Well, yeah, drink I drink is too sweet.
I was going to say too sweet because I've had a lot of sweet tea that's too sweet, but I still drink it.
A lot of people say a lot of things are too sweet, but I've really never, like, my palate. Yeah, my palate is not refined enough to be like, that was too sweet. Like, it's still good.
I never will not eat something because it's too sweet. I'll not eat something because it's too rich.
I literally don't even know what that means.
Like you ever had like a peanut butter chocolate cake or pie?
I don't know what that
really
means.
Rich. It's like you eat it. Wealthy? You can only eat a little bit because it's so rich. It messes up your stomach if you eat like a full helping of it.
Sounds like you have a weak stomach,
brother. You have no idea.
Josh is weak stuff.
I have an incredible stomach.
I feel like if seriously, if the food is too salty, you can't eat it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Things that are too sweet, I still eat them. The only time I don't eat stuff like that is if it's too rich.
Yeah, but like if you like bit into a cookie and it was too salty,
I did that once.
You'd spit it out.
I did.
But if it was too sweet, you'd be like, "This is pretty sweet." But like you could still eat it.
You ever? Yeah, you ever accidentally instead of two teaspoons, put 2 tablespoons of salt in something?
I've never had that
experience. It messes it up really quickly, especially cookies.
I know how to read.
Because cookies with a tiny bit of salt is really good. It's almost necessary. Cookies with too much salt, it changes it very quickly.
Yeah, I feel like sweet is definitely the right answer.
Yeah, everything you drink is too sweet. Oh yeah, 74%. We're probably there, huh?
Yeah, it's about time.
Do we want to end, or do we have something else?
I mean,
I don't really ever want to end. You know?
I did Gabriel's next question. I thought was pretty good.
Do we want to end it with a Gabriel question?
I think it's a good question.
Let's go with it then. Logan?
Ask the question.
The song, I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
If a song played every time you walked into a room, what song would you want?
I think you know which one it would be for me, Logan.
It's the new Kanye song, isn't it?
Oh.
No. Man, you took my choice.
That's not good. That's very bad.
No, it's my Taco Bell song, Logan.
I know what your Taco Bell song is, Jacob. Just
What's
say
my
it.
Taco Bell song, Logan?
I'm trying to think of the name. Hold on. Call Me Maybe.
Yeah, no, then Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
I noticed that was on your story the other day. Can I get like an explanation?
He likes his
Fire Track.
Fire Track. Call Me Maybe. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's my favorite
the
white girl song.
I just met you.
Okay, yeah. You guys had me thinking that was a different song. That's the song you were talking about. What does that have to do with Taco Bell?
That's just his Taco Bell song. He plays it to the max whenever we're in the Taco Bell line. Like he's in the car in front of me, and I'm behind him, and I can hear it thumping.
And then when Logan's in front of me, when he comes up to the window, I just turn it up really loud, so he has to talk over it.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
What a strange thing. How did that start?
He just started doing it.
It's just a really good song.
Jacob's quirky like that.
Strange. I do some strange things in driveways, but that's strange.
Okay.
In driveways or drive-thrus?
Drive-thrus. Driveways too. I do strange things everywhere I am.
I'm like, what's stranger than, was it Russell that burned an American flag in a driveway?
Well, yeah, because it touched the ground.
What?
I burned a flag?
You burned a flag in a driveway?
It was at the branch's house. Your flag touched the ground.
This was years and years and years
ago.
And
you went to go burn it because it touched the ground. That's what you're supposed to do.
And I'm pretty sure Luke had said, is it more disrespectful to burn it or more disrespectful to let it touch the ground?
Well, they're supposed to burn it.
Yeah, but he burned it in the driveway.
Okay, that's something Luke would do. Luke, I don't think that must have been Luke. Luke was when he was a kid.
They seemed little American flag.
They seem pretty confident it was me.
Dude, really? That's crazy.
It was whatever RC was half the man he was today.
Half the man.
I don't remember this at
all.
You don't even remember this.
I don't remember this, but I completely believe
there, Josh.
No, it was at the Branch's house. How old was I? I was probably 14.
Something 14.
Like that, and Russell, you had just started. I think Russell had just gotten baptized.
We're in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2018, 2019.
That's crazy.
Does that unlock a memory for you? Think about it real hard.
Dude, I'm really trying.
It's all that Arby's meat, dude.
Arby's meat.
What's happening right now?
Where did the Arby's meat?
What Arby's is?
He's so confused.
Arby's meats.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's you eating Arby's that's making you not remember right now. If I remembered, that's saying something. I can't remember anything ever.
Why do you keep bringing up Arby's in relation to Russell?
How many times have you eaten Arby's?
Because he said it was a good place last time we had the podcast.
So we're
hating. No, that terrible.
That was me.
I like Arby's. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, see, I thought he also liked Arby's.
Yeah,
I mean, he might, but I'm like the Arby's fanboy.
Beef and cheddar goes crazy at Arby's with some horsey sauce.
Yeah.
See, this is why we're making fun of them.
This is
But I'm just saying, like,
I mean, he's not like he's not like unreasonably ecstatic about Arby's. He just has like a solid opinion about Arby's.
Arby's is good.
Well, he did hate on Wendy's a lot. So
okay, actually, I've had a redemption arc. So after that conversation, I went to Wendy's.
Luke told me something.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about
us the foundation of the Wendy's hate.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. We don't have to share it on the podcast. Anyways, that's crazy, Luke. He didn't tell you that on the air.
What happened? No. Wait, what happened?
No, we can't talk about it.
I want to hear it.
No.
Logan, I'm telling you, we cannot talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, it was a.
Josh, can you tell me later?
I might.
Hey,
Russell, give him consent to tell me.
See,
and
dude, it's catchy.
Crazy, but here's my number. So call me, baby.
You went to Wendy's.
Anyways, went to Wendy's, got a chicken wrap, dipped it in chili, fire.
I told you, dude. This is why they were one of my main solutions to the only fast food, because they have so much.
I would never choose it as my only fast food, but their chili was good and their chicken wrap was good.
Yeah.
So apologies to Wendy's.
Just the fact they have chili.
Are we going to answer the question?
Baked potatoes?
I don't have a good answer to this question. Maybe YMCA?
Okay.
You would isn't that like the homosexual flagship song?
Literally, Donald Trump played it when he was elected president.
Yep.
That's telling.
He has a little dancey dance too.
Yeah, and he did it.
Oh, he does like the little.
Yeah.
The side-to-side thing, yeah.
Yeah.
My boy's got moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one he does.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
See, this is why we need face cam.
Pure comedy. Regardless of what people think about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Anytime you ask me a music question, I'm gonna be fraught with indecision, because asking me to choose music is impossible.
Yeah.
Purely
out of curiosity.
Freebird? Maybe.
Freebird.
Dude, I know exactly what song it would be. Hold on.
Would it be the solo?
No, it would be. Hold on. I have it in here somewhere. I want this every time.
That's playing when you enter a new room.
Every time I walk in the room, absolutely.
That would be terrible.
I know.
That'd be terrible. Man, I love music.
Yeah.
Music is great.
Absolutely.
It might be my favorite form of entertainment.
This is why when the question came, television or music,
music,
it was easy.
Music every time. Although you have a really interesting music taste.
My music taste,
very eclectic.
My music taste is everything that doesn't suck.
That's not even true. It's just a lot of things.
Yeah, that don't suck. Tell me something I like that sucks.
Man, I'm not gonna.
No. I'm fine with you having incorrect opinions. It's okay.
No. I don't know. It's totally
Give me an example. Tell me one song I like that genuinely sucks.
Whoever the Wailing Jennies are.
Oh my goodness. There's no. See, this is what I mean. You're that person.
The Wailing Jennies.
Okay, everyone here, do yourself a favor. Go listen to Wailing. Huh?
I know who that is.
Yeah. If you're listening, do yourself a favor. Go listen to the Wailing Jennies. They're a female a cappella group. They're wonderful. And you're a bad person.
Oh,
if you could recommend.
I thought you were saying Waylon Jennings.
No, Wailing
Jennings.
Jennings. Wait, you're messing me up.
Is it a
Wailing Jennies?
I don't know. But it's not anywhere near Waylon Jennings.
Well,
let me tell you.
Jenny is the female version of a donkey. A female donkey is called Jenny. So it's kind of an old-timey name of like crying donkeys, I think. which doesn't really represent them well now that I think about it. No. But
if you could recommend one artist,
let me go listen to the Crying Donkeys.
If I had to recommend one artist, that's hard because it's outside of genre. So
just good music.
Just good music, straight good music. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a second. You're gonna have to go on without me. I'm telling you, you're asking.
He must have a lot of music that he's really good at.
If you want to create an awkward silence in the podcast, ask me a music question because it'll happen every time.
I mean, I don't know about awkward silence, but it was silence.
Yeah.
I'd love a music recommendation.
From me?
Just in general, I love music recommendations.
The Wailing Jennies.
You should do a music rec at the beginning of your podcast or at the end of your podcast.
So I used to do on Instagram. I used to post every day song of the day, and it would just be a random song.
Just do at the end of the podcast. You should recommend a song.
Listeners, let us know if you would like that. That could be an interesting bit we could do. Josh could come up with a song every day or every week for a podcast.
Yeah, or others. Jacob likes music too.
Yeah, everybody. Maybe we'll add that. Maybe we'll add that on as kind of an add-on to our what happened in your week. Give us your song of the week.
Yeah, and you can make a playlist. There could be a wisdom vacuum playlist on Spotify.
Dude, you're onto something.
Yeah, you should keep me around.
See, listeners, why? Listeners, when I go in the Discord and I ask for you to give us ideas, why don't you do this kind of stuff? Be like Russell, listeners.
I don't know that you want them to be like Russell.
No, be like Russell.
That'd be kind of fire, though. I love a music rec.
Yeah. You think all my music sucks, apparently, though, so.
No, but it's still interesting to think about. Anyways.
Okay, we got to end it.
We gotta hit the outro. Somebody hit the outro.
You're the host.
You're the host. Oh, you hit the outro.
I forgot. All right. Thank you for watching. No. Thank you for listening to the Wisdom Vacuum. This was Russell Cope. Thank you again for being on the podcast. There were things that were said, and I still need to hear the Wendy's story, but we'll get to that at a different point of life. Say goodbye, everybody. I'm done talking.
Yeah, goodbye.
Adios.
Goodbye, everybody.